Welcome back to Ask the Attorney. We're here with Kevin Kennedy from the Kennedy Law Firm in Clarksville. We've got Ann here who's been waiting patiently through the break. Hi, Ann.
Hi.
Hi. What can we do for you, Ann?
Okay. I purchased a piece of property in '88, and my garage was omitted from the deed. I found out later on that it's still under the previous owner's name. Now, throughout refinancing several times, I've continued to pay the taxes myself. I cannot get in touch. I've gone online. I've used the old address for the previous owner and still haven't been able to find them, actually.
Okay.
So
I've got a good answer for you.
Okay.
So as you are trying to pay these property taxes, I always want you to encourage to do that. Then what I would do is see a lawyer, and I would file a petition to quiet title. And you can maintain that you always thought from the very beginning, and it was arm's length negotiation when you purchased it in '88. You have maintained the possession to the world. You've kept it up, whether you mowed it, you paid the property taxes, and this is a cloud on the title, and you asked the court, whether you run it in publication or whatever, and then ask a judge to give you title to that property, and then after it's surveyed, a judge can handwrite on that and sign as a court order, and that's filed at the registrar's office, and it takes clear of the title. It quiets the title so that you own it. Anybody wants to create a dispute, well, guess what? They're going to have to raise it before the court. And, you know, one of the things I'd like to say, too, you know, I own lots of farms, different little farms here, there, and yonder. So many of them, I don't get to go around all the boundaries. Well, you know what? If someone, and I've owned them for years, if someone went out there and moved the fence, you might not even know it because it's back on the far. And if they were to have moved the fence and sat there for 7 years, you've got some adverse possession. So then I come back and say, now, wait a minute, I've sold it. Here's the deed. Here's our original survey. And they said, well, we had this fence up more than 7 years. They created a cloud on my title.
Yeah.
So just be sensitive to that. Who are the property owners? A good understanding keeps down a misunderstanding. It wasn't a lawyer that taught me that, but it was a very wise businessman. And so the Bible says, know the estate of your flocks. What I say, know the estate of your farms. And go around good fences, make great neighbors.
Yeah, I had a quiet title case a few years ago, and it wasn't that difficult of a process. Now, we couldn't find the people, but we did the notice by publication for 4 weeks, and then it was over.
Yeah, and I buy property, and I've bought property over the years at tax sales, and there's still a little issue, so you need to file a petition to quiet title and then move right on.
All right. We've got Cynthia here. Hi, Cynthia.
Cynthia, go ahead.
And
Okay.
just turn down the volume on your TV set, Cynthia.
Turn it down, yes, just a moment.
Okay.
Just a second. Hi. I'm 67 years old, and I'm a grandmother and a mother. Now, I had a very difficult divorce. I was abused by my husband physically, threw me down the stairs, cut me with glass, hit me all over the place.
Oh, my.
And yes, and I got custody of the kids. He was very angry about that. He said he would take them away and I would never see them. Well, he didn't take them away, but now they are grown up. They are 40 and 44, but he's influencing them not to talk to me. I haven't talked to them in 10 years.
Wow.
I only get, for my oldest son, David, I only get restraining orders. And I had a restraining order for calling him once on the phone. I had a restraining order for trying to give him a Christmas present. I had a restraining order for giving him a birthday card. And the last one, he told the night court judge something here in Nashville, and they sent me to jail.
Wow.
Yeah, he said, he said there were dangerous packages I sent him. Now, I have 5 grandchildren, and I've never, ever seen them.
Okay, well, here's what I would say.
I know they're adults, I know, but someone's influencing them because I was on good terms with them until about 8 years ago.
Well, unfortunately, the courts really can't force people to have a good relationship. And it's a fact of life sometimes that people say, I don't want to have anything to do with it, even though I wanted to have a relationship with Amy, and she files restraining order, then there's not much I can do unless I corrected that through a preacher or another person that would get to a mediator, and maybe we could resolve those differences. Now, if I were you and I really wanted to see my grandchildren, I'd go see me a private lawyer. and I'd sit down and tell the circumstances. And, you know, I used to go by that old saying, when there's a will, there's a way. I still believe that. And so creative lawyering will always make a difference. If you and I were in trouble tonight, Amy, and you're a lawyer and I'm a lawyer, would I tell you to hire a lawyer?
Oh, yes, definitely.
And would you definitely hire a lawyer?
Yes.
And I would too. So the same thing I'm saying for myself or my children or Amy is what I'm telling you. Go brainstorm, throw it out on the table what these issues are, and let's make a plan and move.
Right. Got Tim here. Hi, Tim.
Okay.
Go ahead, Tim. What's the question?
My question almost ended up about the same as the other ladies there. I got some grandchildren that I raised from birth up to 7 years old, 8 years old, and the custody of dad, my daughter got in trouble, so he never had nothing to do with them all that time. But then when she got in trouble, he jumped in and took them from us with allegations to DCS about us doing illegal things in front of our grandkids and stuff. And there was, of course, by the time we got to court or she got to court on that, we were supposed to be cleared. We were supposed to got the kids back. They ended up not giving us the kids back, and he gets to take them. I even made my daughter go with me to Mexico to pick my grandkids up and bring them home.
Well,
And,
here's what I would say.
I'm a heart patient, and I went down there. I didn't care. I needed to have my grandkids back. So I went to a world for 3 days traveling in there to get my grandkids back, got them home, got them safe, and now he's got them and won't even let me or their grandmother even see them no more.
Okay. Well, you have a unique situation because you had a substantial relationship with them the first 7 years. There's a law that you can travel on. And you remember, when we have a situation, we have the facts, we have the law, then we try to develop a theory that we can travel on that would make sense to the court. That's what is in the best interest of the children. Obviously, if we were representing you, we would maintain it's in the best interest of the children, emotionally, psychologically, and every other argument that we can come up with, that it's in the best interest for them to have a relationship with you. Now, you need to get money together, retain a lawyer, and file a petition. You know, it's always been said, the squeaky door gets the oil. So you've got to be consistent. You've got to be persistent. You say, well, I'm tired of going to court. Well, then throw your hands up and give up. But, you know, when it comes to family, I refuse to give up. Now, the others may give up, but I won't give up. And, you know, what are you living your life for? You're a mother.
Oh, yeah.
And so,
kids.
you know, people just keep on fighting, and it's a natural instinct. So that's what I'd tell you to do. You definitely have a better grip than most.
Yeah. All right, we've got Johnny here. Hi, Johnny.
Hi, how are you?
Great, Johnny, go ahead.
Yes, I have a question. I was listening to you about the quiet title.
Yes, ma'am.
I live here in Tennessee, and I'm an heir to property in another state.
Okay.
And when my father died, it fell to my mother. And my mother, she passed away. As far as I know, it wasn't a will. Well, the first year my mother died, we all got together and we paid the taxes on the property. And she's been dead now almost 30 years. I just want to know if you're an heir born in a family and they already have the property.
Yes.
Once their parents died,
yes,
and if one of the other siblings pays the property taxes and don't really let you know when it's due, am I still the heir?
Yes, ma'am, you'd still be an heir because your name is on that property. Also, you have an obligation to check on the property taxes if you own property. And you have an obligation to do a diligent due diligence to see that the property taxes are paid. If you don't pay those property tax in 2 years or 3 years, then the county or the city would sell it at a tax sale and it would be gone. You have a 1 year in Tennessee to redeem it. So if I were you, I would try to find out, is that property still in the family estate's name and has the taxes been paid? If you're an heir, you have a right to get a lawyer, file a petition for partition. And that way the court can set it, sell it, whatever it brings, and then you get your part after the expenses of the sale. So if you're, this could apply to lots of people that are listening, and they say, well, golly, my sister doesn't want to sell the family farm. Well, that's okay. In Tennessee, you have a right to file your petition for partition of that, and it'll be sold. Your sister can buy it there, or it's over.
All right, interesting advice. We'll be back right after this.